So for the standard deviation question, I trust you all know how to find the mean, 66.3. All right, so for standard deviation, let's talk about this formula a little bit. Don't be freaked out by it. All right, n is just your sample size. There's 10 games. So n is 10, and we know the mean x bar right there, should have an I by it, is 66.3. So what you're kind of doing is you're comparing each of these numbers, like how far off were each of these numbers from 66.3. We're going to square that, and we're going to add all those numbers together, and then we're going to divide by 1/9 and then square root. I know that sounds like a lot, okay? But you're going to start here. So step one is that. All right? So we're going to do every individual x minus the mean and square it. I'm going to show my work for a couple, and then I'm going to push pause, okay? So our first x is 45. So in your calculator, type in 45 minus 66.3 and square it. And you get 453.69. I'll just round it to 453.7. All right, let's do one more. So the next one is game where you got 52 points. So subtract that from the mean and square it. You can just hit second enter on your calculator, it's a little shortcut. And that's 204.5. Okay, and I'm back. So what I've done is found all these steps, okay, continued for the standard deviation, just step one right there, taking each x minus the mean squared. Okay, something that probably should have stood out to you was this number. And think about why that's so huge, because this game, when the team scored 105 points, that's so far from the mean, okay? And you can also think the opposite. Why is that number so small, 0.1? Because this game, 66, was so close to the mean, okay? So now let's look at our formula. We've done all the x's minus all the means and squared those. Now you go a step in front of it. You need to add all those up, okay? Simple. Type it in your calculator, add them all up, and you get this number, 3,312.2. Look back at the formula. So we added them all up. So all we have left to do is to multiply that by 1 over n minus 1 and square root. So our sample size is 10. That's your n. So I'm going to write a 1/9 right there. And here's the final step. So 1/9 times 3,112.2, and you want to square root all of that, and you get 19.2.